What's up, Zelda fans? I'm Hyper Paradox, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. In the last episode, we went through the mysterious forest, and we got our sword and shield back, earned some magic powder, and we found the tail cave in the mysterious forest. In this episode, we're going to see if we can try and enter the first dungeon. But before we do that, there are a couple of side quests that we need to take care of. The first person we're going to see is this fisherman. How about some fishing, little buddy? I'll only charge you 10 rupees. And let's take him up on his offer. Okay, here's how you do it. Use yada 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 yada. We don't need to tell you. I can tell you when we actually do it. But basically, you hit the B button, and then you hit... And then when one of the fish grabs the reel, you hold down right on the D-pad and press A. Except I'm using a keyboard since this is a ROM. Alright. Now, the fish you actually want to aim for is the one down in that little alcove over there. So... if I can just gradually move the lure right there. And, whoa! Okay, this guy's a bit of a fighter. Alright, he got away. But he actually gives you a piece of heart when, you catch him. Except I already collected it off screen. I actually don't think I've showed this yet. If you press the pause button and hit the select button, you can basically see what you have right there. See, I already collected the piece of heart. Okay. Now the next place we'll want to hit is right over here. Let's see what you have to say first. Well, it seems that after you save, you will start at the last door you went through. I'm not really sure why that is, because I'm just a kid. Alright, I have a question. How can you be so informative and yet so clueless at the same time? Alright. Trendy game. One play is 10 rupees. This is like your stereotypical crane game. Only it's not godforsakenly impossible. Except I actually figured out a trick to doing those crane games. Apparently there are odds that the crane will actually not let go of an item you have picked up. And you can calculate those odds based on how many times people fail to get items. There's actually a video of it on YouTube somewhere. It's actually pretty cool. But we've already got our prize that we need. You got a Yoshi doll! Recently, he seems to be showing up in many games. He actually has, recently and back then. And the Yoshi doll is the first item in the infamous trade sequence. If you don't know what the trade sequence is, basically, you get items and you trade them for other items to get a prize at the end of the chain. I believe this is actually the first game in which it appeared in, though. But you'll want to go in here and talk to her. Oh, will you give that Yoshi doll to my baby? Why, certainly I will, because I'm just generous like that. I will give you this in return, and in exchange for the Yoshi doll, you traded your Yoshi doll for a ribbon. Maybe you can trade the ribbon for something else. And as a matter of fact, we can. We have to go down here over to Bow Wow's house. And where we meet Little Miss Bow Wow Jr. Or, I don't know what it is, her real name is. Makeup, jewels, dresses, I want it all! And some new accessories would be nice. Oh, that ribbon, I need it. Will you trade for my dog food? Interesting trade, but you should do it. In fact, you're actually required to do it for the first few items. You exchanged the ribbon for dog food. It's full of juicy beef. And doesn't she look pretty with that bow on? Alright. But we are not quite done yet. We want to go all the way down to Taranbo Shores. If you remember that, it was where we first washed ashore and found our sword. But we want to enter this house right here. And a talking alligator with a fedora! Can't get much stranger than that. What's that you have? It's canned food! For heaven's sake! Man, give that dog food to me, please! He's hysterical. What do you do? Well, give it to him, of course. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. And he throws the can right in his mouth without opening it. That takes some serious digestive power, sir. That was great. I know it's not a fair trade, but here's some bananas. Yum. Actually, it is a fair trade. You gave him dog food and got bananas in return. Good deal. Actually, it is a good deal because you will need these bananas later on. Not just to progress through the trading sequence, but also to progress through the game itself. Alright, so now that we've gotten the bananas, that's all we really need to take care of before we enter the first dungeon. And the first dungeon is right down this winding path right here. Oh, Guardian Acorn! Guardian Acorn! I'm nuts for Guardian Acorns! Okay, that wasn't funny. And down you go! So, that looks like a cave, and those look like tails, and that looks like a keyhole. So we put the tail key into the keyhole, and here we are. Level 1, Tail Cave. For some reason the dungeons are referred to as levels. I never understood that. But here it is, the first dungeon in the game. And the first time we meet these annoyances. These are hard hat beetles. You can't kill them, but usually there will be pits where they are, so you can knock them down pits. And we have to take care of some Zols. Oh, and a torch that throws fireballs, apparently. And what's in this chest? You've got the compass. Now you can see where the chests in Nightmare are hidden. This compass has a new feature. A tone will tell you if a key is hidden in a room when you enter. Yeah, not only does the compass reveal the whereabouts of the boss, or Nightmare as this game calls it, but it also reveals the location of chests. And like it said, heard that tone? That means there's a key in this room. Okay. Right there. And we'll hit this switch, which will produce a key for us. Very nice. And we are introduced to Stalfos. These guys are a little bit annoying because they like to jump out of the way of your sword strikes. And once we defeat all the enemies, at last you got a map! At last, I've barely been in here. Press the start button to look at it. So if we take a look at it, yeah, it's kind of looks like a tailed creature in all honesty. And just like in Scooby-Doo, there's an imprint for us, and the wall will swing around. Okay, we don't have a key, but we can go this way. And you see these things? They are sparks. Equipped as you are, you cannot do anything to them. They like to travel around blocks and walls, but there is an item that we will obtain later in the game that actually can defeat them. And I forgot to mention these guys. These are mini Moldorms, not too difficult to defeat. And we get 20 rupees from this chest. And if we go down here, we find an utterly pointless room with 4 keys. Oh, not totally pointless. We got a Guardian Acorn out of the deal. Can't argue with that, really. But if you take a look at the left wall, and I hit my sword against it, it makes that sound. But take a look at this section of the wall. Makes a different sound. We cannot do anything about that yet, but we will come back here when we have an item capable of dealing with that. These are blade traps. They like to spring forth and try and slice you to ribbons, and you can't do anything to them. Except this is not the way I need to go! Do I have a key? Yes, I do. Good. See, what I actually want to do is to go over here. And we want to go up in this room to meet these things. These are called 3-of-a-kinds, and they can be rather annoying to deal with. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Here's what you gotta do. You have to make it so that all 3 of them have the same suit. God dang it, I didn't do it. Alright, but if you walk out, if you hit them with a spin attack, you can usually get 2 of them in. Dang it! Alright. One more time. Gotcha! All 3 of them. And why did it say I had the wrong one? And in this chest we find a stone beak. Basically, the stone beak, you can put it on this owl statue and it'll give you advice. Turn aside the spined ones with a shield. We'll need to keep that in mind later on. In the original... Yeah, in case you haven't noticed, I am playing the Game Boy Color version of the game. But in the original Game Boy game, the black and white version, they were just tablets, whereas in this game, they're owl statues. Alright, let's let you pass, and we go back up to this room. So we have some more mini-Zols and more sparks to deal with. And let's see what you have to say. If there is a door that you can't open, move a stone block. Like so. Problem solved. And we have to deal with these things. These are hard hat beetles. Like the owl statue said, turn them over with the shield, and you can hit them, and they'll be vulnerable. And what do you say? The exact same thing. Alright, but a stairwell appeared. And check it out! Goombas! Yes, this game has loads of Mario references. You can destroy them with a sword, but if you decide to get rid of them the classic Mario way and jump on top of them, they will always reward you with the heart. It's a great way to refuel yourself if you're running low on energy. Now here we are, in a long hallway, and there is a chest surrounded by torches, which typically means something important. And there it is! You've got the Rock's Feather! It feels like your body is a lot lighter. Unfortunately, I am running low a little bit on time, so after I get out of this passageway... Well, actually, no, I can demonstrate it right now. Now that we have the Rock's Feather, we can actually jump. And we can jump over the pits that we couldn't do anything about before. In fact, we can take a shortcut. So, I'm going to end the video right here. So next time on Let's Play The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, we're going to explore a little bit more of the Tail Cave. If you like what you see, subscribe to my channel, give me a like. For now, this is Hyper Paradox, signing off.